Welcome to MEDDICC. If you need some top tips on how to effectively engage with your economic buyer, keep watching. We've got some juicy do's and don'ts coming your way.
Do not assume that the decision criteria is the same for your champion as it is for your EB. The champion and the EB will have a lot of crossovers in terms of what they really care about, but there will be slight nuances in terms of what their decision criteria is.
Don't assume the economic buyer will stay the same. The economic buyer could change for a number of reasons. If there's a change in personnel, if the deal size changes, if the deal has started to interest more stakeholders, and in some cases, there could be even multiple economic buyers.
Definitely do empower your champion to sell internally on your behalf. Use economic decision criteria, so specifically the financial impact, the revenue impact, the cost implications of your solution. Make sure your champion really understands these so that they can set up the go or no-go meeting with the idea that you're going to help them feed into their biggest strategies.
Do think about what your economic buyer would care about in terms of cost on resources, opportunity cost, completion, such as time to value, and the confidence. How confident does the team feel? Who is putting their reputation on the line?
So this one is a massive do, and that is to make sure to use your senior leaders to multi-thread with your EB. EBs love having their ego stroked, and they love networking with other people they view as their peers. So make sure to take advantage of the credibility of your senior leaders by making sure they can reach out to, network with, and multi-thread with your EB.
Don't mistake your champion for your economic buyer. When this is the case, separate the two and look for a new champion to help you solidify the deal.
Another do, definitely something to do, be clear about your alignment to their biggest strategies. So here at MEDDICC and at many other organizations, we use what's called a value pyramid. Make sure you have some kind of framework, some type of approach to understanding how does your solution show up against the 1, 2, 3 biggest things that economic buyer has to deal with in the next 12 to 24 months.
Do be prepared for the economic buyer to join your meeting unexpectedly. Reflect on a recent meeting you had. If the economic buyer joined, would you have been prepared?
Here's some key takeaways to really engage effectively with your economic buyer. First, don't assume that decision criteria is the same for your champion and your economic buyer. Second, be clear about your alignment to their biggest strategies. We use a value pyramid for that. 3, don't assume that the economic buyer is going to stay the same person throughout the deal. Things might shift as your deal gets larger. 4, empower your champion with the economic decision criteria to really get you into a situation to sell on your behalf and get to a go or no-go with that economic buyer. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Share your EB tips in the comment. We'll see you next time.